Hey, and welcome back to the Big Ten Huddle, where we cover every Big Ten team in football and basketball. If you're on YouTube and you're on the football channel right now, and we appreciate it if you would hit that like button and subscribe. If you're on podcast, give us a 5-star rating, helps us out a ton. We're going to get into Oregon's 2025 spring game at Autzen Stadium, where the Fighting Ducks edged out the Combat Ducks. That's right, those are the two teams' names. 24-20 in a thrilling back and forth scrimmage. If you missed it, don't worry. I've got a full recap, and more importantly, we're going to break down what we learned about this new look Oregon squad as they gear up for the 2025 season. First, a quick game recap. Let's talk about what happened in the game. The Fighting Ducks, led by quarterbacks Austin Novosad and Luke Moga. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. He started strong with a first quarter touchdown from running back Jaden Lamar, who capped a drive of 31 yard, who capped the drive with a 31-yard scamper. The Combat Ducks, with Dante Moore at the helm, answered with a field goal from freshman Gage Hreich. The defense dominated early, racking up 6 sacks in the first half alone. By halftime, the Fighting Ducks led 10-3 after a chip shot field goal by Andrew Boyle. The third quarter saw a defensive highlight from Ife Ibadugwa. Forced a fumble from Jay Harris, and Blake Purchase scooped it for a 56-yard touchdown, pushing the Fighting Ducks lead to 17-3. The Combat Ducks fought back with more connecting on a big pass to Jerron Dickey, setting up a Harris touchdown to make it 17-10. In the fourth, Harach nailed a 51-yard field goal, and Harris punched in another score to give the Combat Ducks a 20-17 lead with 2 minutes left. But Luke Moga and Dylan Gresham stole the show, hooking up for a 60-yard touchdown to reclaim the lead at 24-20. Moore's final drive ended with an interception by Aaron Flowers, sealing the Fighting Ducks' victory. Let's talk about the good stuff now, though. What did we learn about this Oregon Ducks team? First, the secondary is young and legit. Losing key stars from last year, elite defense had fans a bit nervous, but the freshmen stepped up big time. Trey McNutt was a standout, breaking up a touchdown pass to Jamari Johnson. That's a tight end, despite a height disadvantage. Naeem Offord showed his speed, chasing down Malik Benson to prevent a score. Aaron Flowers was everywhere, laying big hits and snagging that game-sealing interception we mentioned earlier. Ife Obadegwa, I believe it is. His forced fumble was a game changer. These guys are raw, but the talent is undeniable. With veterans like Jahiel Florence, who played in a non-contact jersey and still broke up a deep pass, the secondary could be special by fall. The second takeaway, Blake Purchase is ready to ball out this year. After a quieter 2024 than expected, the edge rusher was a menace in the spring game. He tallied multiple sacks and that scoop and score touchdown, showing off his speed and instincts. Coach Dan Lanning praised Purchase's offseason work, noting his improved physique and comfort in the system, with other edge rushers like Mateo Uyunglele, Elijah Rushing also making plays. Oregon's front seven looks to be ferocious, especially in the pass rush. This group's ability to pressure the quarterback, evidenced by 10 total sacks, will make life easier for the young secondary. Third, the quarterback room is more competitive than many of us, even thought. All eyes were on Dante Moore, the hyped up transfer from UCLA a couple years ago. He showed flashes, 12 of 20 for 140 yards, but I would have liked him to be more consistent. Sue me, right? Especially after being in the offense for multiple years now and playing his freshman year. However, I am nitpicking a little bit here. I mean, this is a good defense. If you know anything about spring games, typically the defense is always ahead of the offense. So I am nitpicking some because his poise on deep balls, especially to Kyler Casper and Jerron Dickey, was impressive. Though an interception on the final play did sting. But here's the thing: Austin Novosad wasn't far behind him either. And Luke Moga, he played well too. He attacked downfield, hitting Decorian Moore. Novosad did hit Decorian Moore for a 40-yard gain early and showed confidence in the pocket. Like I said, Luke Moga was the surprise, though. His dual threat ability shown with an 11-yard scramble and that 60-yard touchdown pass to Gresham. Even true freshman Achilles Smith Jr. looked poised, threading a 23-yard pass to Vander Plug. Of course, Landing didn't name a starter after this game. He's not going to. Nobody really is going to do that at this point unless they were the starter last year. And honestly, it feels like this battle is wide open. Moore might have the edge, but Novosad is pushing him hard. Fourth, the wide receiver room is loaded with young playmakers. DeCorian Moore, the highest rated recruit in Oregon history, he lived up to the hype. His 40-yard grab in the first quarter showed why he's a future star. I mean, he just is. I don't know if he's gonna be a star this season or not, but he's a future star. Smooth routes and reliable hands. Dylan Gresham was the day's biggest offensive winner, though, turning a slant into a game-changing 60-yard touchdown and nearly breaking a kick return as well. Jerion Dickey, finally healthy, made a clutch catch to set up a score. Kenyon Sadiq was a matchup nightmare, hurdling defenders, chucking Aaron Flowers for extra yards, even with drops from Kyler Casper and Malik Benson. The potential is still sky high for these receivers, especially with Evan Stewart, who sat out this game, still coming back soon. Fifth, the pass rush is not slowing down. The pass rush is going to be the best thing about this team. Despite losing studs like Derek Harmon and Jordan Birch, the trenches looked dominant. Murray Washington was disruptive inside, while edge rushers like Purchase, Uyunglele, and Rushing lived in the backfield. Newcomer Bear Alexander, I mean, he didn't show up at all. I really don't have many comments on him just because there was nothing really there. And it isn't a surprise. He's going to have to prove all this hype that he's getting before I believe it. Now, I know me to Bear Alexander probably means nothing, but still, like we've heard the hype. We need to see it now. Landing staff is reloaded with young talent, and while they are not as polished as last year's group, the ceiling is high. If they keep developing, this line could match 2024's production. Finally, I want to give a quick shout out to the special teams. Not really a takeaway, but some stuff to get into here. Gage Harich was money, drilling a 47 to 51 yard field goals. It's possible we might have a kicking competition with us on our hands, as Atticus Sappington missed a 46-yarder. Plus the punting, it was just putrid. And Lanning agrees, calling it some of the worst he's seen. So expect that to be a focus this summer. They might even address it in the transfer portal if they can. So what's the big picture here? This Oregon team is young and talented. People love to poke at Oregon with all the transfers they get, saying they can't develop them and yada yada yada, stuff like that. And it's fine. It's rivalry banter. I get it. But the good news is that this season is going to prove it one way or another. Will the team improve? How will they grow? But even with that, this defense, especially the pass rush, looks like it'll keep the Ducks in just about every game. They need to limit the big plays, but the pass rush is going to be a major plus. The offense has playmakers galore, but the quarterback battle will be the storyline to watch. Lanning's squad isn't showing all its cards, obviously. Offensive coordinator Will Stein, he hinted at a run-heavy approach with new wrinkles we didn't see. Doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence in the quarterback competition, especially what we saw from today, but it is what it is. It's a competition, and I think it's more than what we thought before. That's it for the spring game breakdown, though. Ducks fans, what stood out to you? Are you Team Moore, Novosad, maybe even Moga? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe for more Oregon football content here on the Big Ten Huddle. Until next time, have a good one.